What's up, buddy? How you doing?
I am doing fantastic, dude. How are you?
I'm great, thanks.
Welcome back. How was summer in Sweden?
Summer's been great, actually. A little unlucky with the weather, end of July, but other than that, I mean, it was nice to see family and friends, you know?
You missed a little bit while you were gone. I don't know if you keep up with things, but we hired a new head coach.
We did, yeah. I'm fully aware.
Okay. Hey, do you know, I know that Spencer Carberry came up and spent some time in Hershey and, was around the team, whether it was, during training camp and things like that, when there'd be a little bit of back and forth. Prior to him getting hired, did you have much of a history with Spencer Carberry at all?
Well, as you said, I mean, he was in the organization, and he would always participate in the camps before when he was head of Hershey. So, I mean, I knew kind of what kind of personality and stuff he was. So, and he's been in the organization before. So,
hey, Nicklas, let me ask you this: after he got the job, did you talk to him before coming back from Sweden? Did you get on the phone with him or text with him or anything?
Yeah, I talked to him after he signed, right after.
And what is that conversation? I mean, obviously not all the details, but just hey, I'm happy to be here. Now let's start talking about the season. Let's start talking about you. Does it get into nitty gritty pretty quick?
Yeah, I mean, I think first of all, when you start talking to a new person like that, I think it's mostly getting to know each other. You know, I mean, if you're gonna work together, it's important to start having a conversation and get to know each other.
You know, we talked to him right after he got signed. And listen, I don't know what Peter Laviolette was like on a day-to-day basis. And I don't know what Barry Trotz was like on a day-to-day basis. But it seemed like he is the kind of guy that is really motivated by figuring out what motivates you as a person and as a player. And listen, everybody's going to go through slumps. Everybody's going to have good games and bad days away from the rink and whatever. But he seems to be, and correct me if I'm wrong, that's really kind of his MO, is to get to know what your little buttons are for making sure that when you step onto the ice, you're mentally as ready as you can go.
Yeah, exactly. And actually, first thing I noticed, it was when I talked to him, he was really pumped to be here and a very positive, energetic guy, and which I think is great. And I mean, you're probably right about that. I don't know him well enough yet, but I'm sure he's got some tricks how to get everyone fired up.
Also, are you familiar? I mentioned him earlier, Nicklas, when I was talking about So Kids Can. I'm very excited about our hiring of Kirk Muller. Do you have any history with Kirk Muller at all?
I don't know, but I know who he is, and he's been there for many years in the league. So and I mean, he's been around to a couple of teams, and he's a well liked guy, I think, and a respected guy around the league. So that's obviously something positive.
Yeah, and I was going to say the other thing I like is if you get Carberry, who obviously it's his first time as a head coach, not that he in the NHL, and with not no playing experience at that level, to bring in a right hand of somebody who has been a captain of a team, who played for a long amount of time and then went on to coach himself. I kind of like that as a pairing, if you will, of those two working together. And like you said, with Muller's history, he brings a ton of experience both as a player and as a coach.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think it's only positive. I mean, if you, as you said, you touched on all the things there. He's been playing in this league before. He knows what it's all about, and same thing with Carbs. I mean, he's been in the league now and been probably at one of the toughest markets in hockey up in Toronto. So he's coming in prepared.
Nicklas, let me ask you this. I know you played a charity game while you were over in Sweden. Was your off season this year different than in years past? Kind of still coming back. Well, I should ask first. How's the hip?
That's good. It's good. I'm kind of tired of that question, but
Sorry.
no, it's all good. But you know what? I mean, I'm not going to go into details. I'm just going to say that.
Okay.
I had a normal summer. I had a normal summer.
You know, and
Like back in the day.
yeah, no, and that's fine. But I mean, the only reason that I bring it up is if we go back to last year, not the ending that obviously we wanted for the regular season and with playoffs is missing that kind of time, whether it was you or Tom coming back from his injury. I guess I'm just looking to hear if I saw you playing a game in Sweden during the off season, we're ready to go. Like we are set, we're back, and we're strong and ready to go.
Yeah, absolutely. And as I mentioned a lot of times before, I mean, coming back mid-season is tougher than you think to do. I mean, you're trying to play catch up with yourself, so it's tougher than you think. So I'm really excited to be here from the start and be part of the training camp.
And also, I know that you said you saw the news about getting a new head coach. That's good. I'm assuming you also saw the news that Tom Wilson signed a new deal.
I did, and I'm very happy for him. What a great guy, great player that we all love so much, and I mean, good for him. Hopefully, he can pick up some dinner bills. You know.
There we go. Hey, Nicklas, let me ask you this: going the other way, were you close with Carl Hagelin?
Yes, I was.
And we all saw the news that he announced his retirement. Obviously was injured last year. I still can't wrap my head around, Nicklas, that it was such an incident of like it was nothing. It was just him getting off during practice, getting off the ice onto the bench, and a stick hits him in the eye. Why can't I wrap my head around that causes somebody's career to end?
Well, I think first of all, it was very unfortunate that the blade just hit a really bad spot in his eye, and I mean, obviously, I think Carl can speak for himself about details, but I saw him come in the locker room, and it was not a nice view, that's for sure.
Right. It's just like you hear of so many, you know, whether it's like go back to the other night, right? Aaron Rodgers playing Monday Night Football. He tears his Achilles. He's done for the year. It sucks. Nobody likes to see that. But you look at it and go like, okay, he was in the middle of the play. He was in the middle of the game. I just look at that and go, and listen, Carl Hagelin's freaking awesome. And all of a sudden, it's just like a minor little thing during a practice. I mean, it was a major incident, but you just think of it, you go, that's not supposed to happen. That's not how it's supposed to end.
Yeah, I know. That's what makes it so tough too. I mean, and you know too, I mean, hockey career or any athlete's career is very fragile. So you gotta take advantage of every moment you get.
So moving forward, obviously we look a little bit different this year than we did last year. I'm assuming at least camp will get underway. Rookie camp starts this weekend, and then camp starts next weekend. And there'll be some kids from down in Hershey, maybe played a little bit up last year, whether it's Snively, Hendricks LaPierre, Iario. Like, we'll start seeing those names again. And then we have names that we brought in from the outside. I know Max Pacioretty's not quite ready to go yet. We bring in Joel Edmondson. Do you kind of like, if you look back to last year and then some of the changes and you look to this year, do you like what that locker room could end up looking like once everything shakes out for the start of the season?
Yeah, I do. And I actually like, even if we haven't added too many guys from the outside, I mean, we still have a lot of talent here from underneath. And I mean, I think we had a good team last year too. I mean, I think everyone's looking for a bounce back season, you know. Right.
Hey, let me switch over to a couple of other things. First of all, congratulations! You have your own beer now.
Oh yeah, thanks, man.
That's awesome, and that's also for Nicklas's charity. So I think that's awesome. Speaking of, we announced So Kids Can this morning. And we're going to do the starting lineup sweepstakes, and we got that started and underway. And I still think it's awesome that somebody gets to go into the locker room and stand in front of the team and be able to kind of announce the starting lineup. And for you, listen, you sit in an NHL locker room every day of your life. Do you remember your first time though in an NHL locker room?
I do remember that, and I was really nervous, and it was almost like I didn't do anything. I just sat in my stall, and I was basically just waiting for the warm up, and we went through the meetings and stuff, and I was too scared to move around, you know.
Do you even remember who you were sitting by?
I think I was sitting right next to Chris Clark, I believe.
Oh, they put you by the captain. Ooh,
yeah,
how nervous were you? Were you like, I don't hear whoever, I'm trying to even remember who the coach was that year, but like when they're going over stuff, do you even remember the coach talking, or you just remember going, I think I'm going to crap my pants?
You know what? Back then, my English wasn't as good as it is now, so I was more just trying to understand as much as possible, you know.
But I think that's great. So we got that going today. That'll run through next Friday, and then we'll be there for the Detroit Red Wings game, and we'll be in there. One last thing, well, two last things before I let you go. I don't know if you saw the video that was going around yesterday. I guess Tom Wilson, obviously, was out in L.A. doing like some media stuff. Did you see? Yeah. Did you see the video that they did where they had a bunch of players where they had to hold their stick from like the grip end and hold it out in front of them while they stacked pucks on top of it? Did you see that at all?
Yeah. I saw the picture. I haven't seen the video.
Do you think you could hold 20 pucks straight out like Tom came close to?
No. It's maybe a challenge between you and me now.
Yes.
Right?
I would love that. Yeah, but all the pressure at that point, Nicklas, is on you. Nobody expects me to win, but boy, if I beat you, oh dear God, Nicklas, dear God.
That's fine. I'll take that.
Camp start next week. I look forward to seeing you there. I look forward to seeing you on the 28th for the Detroit Red Wings game. Thanks again for another year of being a part of So Kids Can. That's awesome. And more importantly, let's go for a long run this year during the season, my friend.
Sounds like a good deal. Thanks for having me, Elliot.
Hey, appreciate it. Thank you, Nicklas. We'll talk to you soon.